Hi, what's up guys? This is Zhenya Grant and today I'm going to talk to you about money. Even though my channel is primarily about spirituality, transformation, consciousness, and well-being, I think money is a very important topic and personal finance is something that is overlooked and can turn out to be quite costly. As some of you may know, I moved to this country in my mid-20s, and even though I have two master's degrees, one in financial management and an MBA, early in life I was not as consistent and did not have a good financial discipline. As it turns out, it was quite costly to me, and if you're someone in your 20s and you struggle in your relationship with money and managing or having control over it, this video is for you. I would like to share 3 main things I wish I knew when I was in my 20s. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Thing number 1, automating cash flows. What does automating cash flows mean? In the sphere of personal finance, automating cash flows means that you set up all of the payments out of your checking account or savings account throughout the month that you need to make, be it mortgage, loan payments, credit card payments, so on and so forth, in such a way that all of them are processed automatically and you do not have to push a single button to do that. You would ask, why is it important? Because when we do not have control over outgoing payments, very often we incur quite costly overdraft fees, NSF fees, low balance fees, and so on and so forth. Did you know that bank fees are one of the main drivers of revenues for banks? And especially with such banks as Bank of America, Wells Fargo, which are notorious for charging too much and not refunding most of the fees back to their customers, so i.e. a bad customer service. You really want to prevent this situation in the first place. Why would you give your money to the banks? So how do we go about it? I'm about to create a specific course on automating cash flows and automating personal finance. But in a nutshell, it is setting up a set of auto payments out of your checking account or savings account, whichever one you use primarily. So all of the payments are done throughout the month seamlessly. Believe it or not, back in my 20s, I used to incur up to $100 or $200 worth of bank fees. And if you are interested where you are with it today, go and check out your bank statement. Thing number 2, I wish I knew in my 20s, maximizing of credit card benefits. Obviously, it goes without saying that to take advantage of a good credit card, you need to have a good credit rating established and good personal finance practices such as covering your monthly outstanding balance on an ongoing basis, not missing any monthly payments, something that can hurt you really hard, and not exceeding on average 30% credit limit that you have among all of the cards. These are all good practices that maximize your credit rating. Now, that being said, when you have green light on applying for more credit cards or better credit cards, I really think that not enough people are aware of all of the amazing perks and benefits many of those credit cards come with. And in that regard, I would like to cover 2 main categories: travel credit cards and cashback credit cards. Travel credit cards. I would like to point out 3 main cards that I personally really like, and one of them I use on a daily basis. And just as a disclaimer, this video or my activity is not sponsored by any of those credit card companies. This is the result of an independent research and my free offering to you. So credit card number 1 is Chase Sapphire Preferred Card. It comes with an amazing 60,000 mile bonus upon signing, which is worth up to $750 in travel credit. So if you want to travel domestically or even internationally, this may be enough to cover a fare, airfare. This card is very specific on offering travel protection, and it's very well known for it. Anything that comes with a reimbursement for lost luggage or reimbursement for a delayed trip or even travel insurance, this card is well known for covering those areas. The card is not free. The annual fee for this card is $95, but trust me, even with the 60,000 mile signing bonus, this is completely offset at the get-go. Credit card number 2 is Capital One Venture Rewards. This card comes with a dead simple rewards program. It offers 2 miles on every dollar spent on your purchases. Doesn't matter what purchases they are, and comes with a whopping 75,000 mile travel bonus, so which is worth at least $750 and will be enough to cover a foreign airfare ticket. It also gives you credit for TSA pre-check program, so if you're part of that program, it covers, I think it's $85 or $95 somewhere in that ballpark. The card comes with a $95 annual fee, but once again, I think it is absolutely worth it. The third card is technically not travel credit card, it's more on the cashback side, but combined with the Chase Sapphire Preferred, it makes a good pairing. And that card is Chase Freedom. So primarily it offers 6.5% on the first $20,000 that you spent on your travel. And after that, it offers 5% bonus on all of the travel purchased through Chase Travel website. And this is a great opportunity to book some of the travel and get cash back on the book travel through the Chase system. That's it on the travel cards. Let's switch to cashback cards. 3 main winners in that category. As I already said, number 1, Chase Freedom. It's a fantastic card that is actually also comes absolutely for free, so there is no annual fee. And as I said, 6.5% cash back on the first $20,000 spent in the first year. Then it's 5% cash back and 3% cash back on most of the other categories. All of the cashback cards have no annual fee, so this is something that doesn't cost you anything and you receive a benefit of making purchases by that card. Card number 2 is Capital One Saver One. This is a great card if you spend quite a bit of money on groceries, entertainment, eating out. It offers a whopping 10% cash back on all of the Uber and Uber Eats purchases. It offers 8% on all of the entertainment purchases, and it averages around 3% on all of the other main categories. As I said, the card has no annual fee and is a great choice for, it has no foreign transaction fee as well. The third card, cashback card that is really great to have and I personally use and enjoy is Apple Card. If you're someone who uses iPhone and enjoys Apple products, this card is dead simple to use and has wonderful minimalist interface. It's very easy to apply for it. You apply through your phone and almost immediately get approved. You don't have to have physical card with having Apple Card. If you do want to have a physical card, you can reach out to the bank to send you one, and it comes with in a sleek metal shape without having a credit card number on the card itself. So it's a great consumer protection. In other words, the card offers 1 to 3% cash back, primarily 2% on all of the Apple Pay purchases, 3% on all of the Apple products. So if you're someone who consistently updates your phones, iPads, Apple products, then it's a great card to have. And the cashback is assigned back to you not at the end of the statement period, but actually on a daily basis, something that I appreciate a lot. And I use that cashback when I am out and about traveling with public transportation here in New York. It just goes to my Apple Wallet. So the third and most important, in my opinion, principle in personal finance is the importance of saving and investing. I was someone who did not start saving and investing in my 20s, and I regretted that tremendously. Why? Because the power of compound interest is really tremendous. You may ask, what is compound interest? It's the interest that is accumulated on top of the interest earned earlier on the money that you invested in an investment account. So it adds up tremendously over the course of the years. And when it really starts to matter is when you have an investment for 20 plus years. And I'm about to give you a very specific number example that will demonstrate that. But before we go into the number demonstration, I want to emphasize the importance also of such investment vehicles as 401k and Roth IRA. These are the investment accounts, tax-advantaged investment accounts that are given by the US government. And if you work in a company, this is the program that most of the companies would offer as a part of the benefits. And if you don't work for an employer, you can open a Roth IRA account, and all of the money that you invest today, 20, 40 years from now, when you withdraw the balance accumulated in that investment account, it will be completely income tax free. Why is this important? Because on all of the money and the interest that you'll accumulate over the course of 20, 40 years is essentially tax-free money. Why would you give that opportunity away? One caveat there is Roth IRA has a yearly limit up to which you can invest to that account, and it varies annually and also varies based on your filing status. Right, currently it is around $6,500, but please check with current IRS publications as to what the limit would be for next year and how it will change based on your filing status. So now let's get back to our number example. Before we go further, it's important to mention that the average return of the US stock market for the past 100 years has been estimated at 11% annually. If we subtract inflation rate from that return, it will average between 7 and 8% annually. So let's say for the calculation's sake, we average it out at 7.5%. Let's say you're 20 years old today and you saved up $5,000 in order to invest into your Roth IRA account. You also resolve to add $5,000 on an annual basis from now on for the next 20 years until you turn 40. So once again, initially $5,000, and then each year you additionally invest $5,000 of your hard-earned money into that Roth IRA account. With 7.5% of average annual return, at the end of the 20-year investment period, you will have about $238,000 in your Roth IRA account. Out of that $238,000, 56% of that amount would be accumulated interest. Now, let's say today you decide to invest not for 20 years, but for 40 years. The same amount, $5,000 initially, the same $5,000 invested on an annual basis each year further on, the same 7.5% average return. At the end of the 40-year period, the balance you will have in the account is $1,227,000 on average. $238,000 for the first 20 years, $1,227,000 for a 40-year period investment. Out of that $1.227 million balance in your Roth IRA account, 83% of that entire balance would be represented by accumulated interest. This is what I mean by compound interest, or the power of compounding. This is when the interest accumulates on top of the interest that you already earned and results over longer periods of time, longer periods of investment, in a much, much greater return. An additional perk: if this is a Roth IRA account, first of all, your funds are diversified among the main index funds. And second of all, that money is completely tax-free. How great is that? Anyway, guys, these were the three main things I wish I knew if I were back in my 20s, and I will repeat them. They are automating cash flows, maximizing credit card benefits, and in general, improving your credit card and finance discipline, and saving and investing. I hope that those three main principles or three main rules will help you save a ton of money and increase your net worth. And until I see you next time, have a wonderful day.